exactly what you're saying.
No, I'm asking you why Bill Clinton was never put through a criminal court mincer, given what he did, many would argue, was worse.
Piers, no, not even close to worse. That's absurd.
Really?
Look,
Office and then lying about it to the American people? Paying off Paula Jones hundreds of thousands of dollars to settle a harassment case? You don't think that's at least
illegal.
as bad,
that's
if not
not even
worse?
Close to illegal.
Trump.
I would much rather have the mean guy with the mean tweets and kicking the economy, closed border, than what's happening right now. I don't care about this stupid star for 20 years ago.
What's going on, guys? So we got to talk about Piers Morgan versus Cenk Uygur, as well as a couple other folks that are on this panel. Okay, so I got them right up here on the screen. You saw the intro and the thumbnail. This guy does great videos. It's kind of tough to get past the copyright sometimes. That's why I don't do a lot of them, and they're pretty long videos. I gotta like chop the heck out of the videos in order to fit them in, but these are very entertaining. Piers actually is definitely a far leftist, but he also doesn't agree with the way that the legal system is being weaponized against Donald Trump, and thinks that the felony charges and conviction against Donald Trump is a complete farce, as you're going to see here. Without further ado, I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get into it.
For the powerful and the powerless. MAGA and you are complaining about is, oh my God, Donald Trump is being treated like a normal person instead of one of the elites. If you're one of the elites, you're allowed to do campaign fire on his violations. You're allowed to break all these laws. Is your assumption.
I'm putting to you.
That's exactly what you're saying.
No, I'm asking you why Bill Clinton was never put through a criminal court mincer, given what he did, many would argue, was worse.
Piers, no, not even close to worse. That's absurd.
Really?
Look,
What? Are you serious right now, bro?
Piers, yes,
having sex with an intern in the
Cenk is Trump deranged, so anything that Trump does in his mind did or did not do, because in my view, Trump still didn't do what they're alleging that he did, because there's no direct evidence linking him to a crime in a further crime after the hush money. I don't even know if he ever slept with Stormy Daniels at all. The hush money is something that we know for a fact Michael Cohen paid. We don't know for a fact that Trump was paying back Michael Cohen. That's just something you'd have to guess or assume. And the actual felony is that Trump paid this money in order to cover up another crime, which they didn't even confirm what the crime was. And he actually wasn't even charged with what that further crime was. So it's like a very strange legal theory that he was convicted of at all. And it doesn't make sense for Cenk to be like, oh, well, he's obviously guilty. He commits crime. This guy is just an idiot.
The Oval Office and then lying about it to the American people? Paying off Paula Jones hundreds of thousands of dollars to settle a harassment case? You don't think that's at least
illegal.
as bad,
that's
if not
even
worse?
Close to illegal. Look,
Trump had a one-night stand with a star 18 years ago. Who cares? He wasn't running for president then.
Of course.
He was a business
Piers,
guy.
Back when Clinton was being impeached, etc., I was a Republican. But as always, I was unbiased. And I said, what are we sitting on a real... The whole time I'm screaming, will you try him already? He tried to coup, you idiot.
Right, look.
But when you go on a fishing expedition with Donald Trump, you come back with a lot of fish. You come back with whales.
Yeah, but trust me,
you can't stop breaking the law.
Okay, but when you go on one with Bill Clinton, you catch a lot of fish too. Let's bring in George Santos.
No, you didn't.
Trump derangement syndrome.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you did.
You didn't.
Yes,
you
you
said
did.
that he paid off Paula Jones. That's not a crime. That's not even close to a crime.
Okay, clearly not if you're a Democrat. When Trump settles the case, it's a crime. When Bill Clinton does, it's not.
Even if you were right and Bill Clinton was quote unquote above the law, you're saying, well, Donald Trump should be above the law. He should be able to break any law he likes because he's one of the elites.
He's literally saying that, no, he's saying Bill Clinton should have also been prosecuted. You can't just, well, we don't want to prosecute this person, but we do want to prosecute this person. So that's what we're going to do because we hate him because he's Trump. That's what he's saying. He's not saying that neither should be prosecuted. He's saying that it has to be equal for both. So that means you either prosecute them both equally or you do not prosecute them both also equally. That's all he's saying.
George Santos, I don't think it serves the American national interest to see a president that would normally just be a state misdemeanor and has been trumped up to be this huge felony, and it's a deliberate attempt to stop Trump winning the election. I mean, it plays right
well, you
into...
agree that his other
let me
crimes
bring in
are
George.
monstrous,
Let me bring
right?
in George.
How about a coup? Is that a bad enough crime? A coup?
He's facing other charges.
Look how much of a nutcase this dude is. He won't even shut up. He's not even talking to you anymore.
America today doesn't have the moral ground to talk about Venezuela, to talk about Russia and Putin, because we're doing the same thing. We're persecuting our political opponents. Next step is we're going to start killing them.
I think I'm going insane here. The man who just got expelled from Congress for lying, repeatedly lying. You're trying to tell us what the moral high ground is here?
First of all, we'll start this way. I don't care what you think, but I'll say this. My expulsion from Congress was arbitrary in its nature, right? Because if you look at the process, it was also skewed. And if you want to give your opinion, I didn't come on the panel to hear your opinion.
No, I'm just saying this is how it starts. I think, George, you're probably like the son of the heir to Trump.
Let's bring in Vincent. You've been waiting patiently. Vincent, your view of all this.
Vincent looked mad.
Okay, this wasn't humiliation. As much as Cenk and whoever that lady is wants to talk crap about you, he's not humiliated. He has the toughest skin out of anybody that I've ever seen as a president. He doesn't give two damns. You know who was embarrassed? You know who was embarrassed? The country. And the two fake impeachments, the January 6th setup, Cenk, you and this coup BS that you keep spewing with all the FBI agents in the crowd inside the Capitol. You're talking nonsense, Cenk, okay? And then now this lawfare, it's ridiculous. 2024, I can't wait. November is going to be that's from day one, a day of reckoning. And I hope he comes after all the Democrats. Because, by the way, Hillary Clinton, and you mentioned Bill Clinton, sex allegations.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Hillary with her emails, Benghazi, how many charges? How many trials, Piers? Zero.
Well,
He's just a big fat liar and a loser. And it's really sad to hear people 4 years on still with the same narrative.
That's not even true. No, I'm sorry, Emily.
He's Mandela.
You don't get to say he did not say that in August.
Yeah. Emily, I'm very curious. Where do you live right now? Where do you live?
Are you coming for me? I live in the UK.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you. No, hey, I'm asking you where you live. Because if you live in the United States of America, this past 4 years has been a complete shit show. Okay?
Facts.
Trump, I would much rather have the mean guy with the mean tweets and kicking ass economy, closed border than what's happening right now. I don't care about this stupid star for 20 years ago. People like you and people like Cenk are just butthurt because you guys hate Donald Trump. You hate him because he loves America. Get over it, okay? We have two case studies. Donald Trump for 4 years, Joe Biden for 4 years.
All right.
You guys are delusional if you want Joe Biden.
All right.
I'm watching them yell at each other and act like idiots, all sides. I know that the American people are more divided than they've ever been.
If I can, a sense of perspective and fairness, which is, has he been treated how other presidents have been treated for their own situations?
They literally tried to remove this dude from the ballot for insurrection, and he wasn't even charged with insurrection. When they tried to do it in Congress, they could not find him guilty. He was exonerated, okay? Like, he was let free, and they literally tried to charge him when he had lost the election, and they tried to impeach him and remove him from office before the date he was supposed to be removed. He was literally going to leave I think like a week later. During, the impeachment occurred, around the 15th is when the actual hearing, the impeachment trial happened. And then literally 5 days later, he's supposed to leave office anyway.
This used to break my heart. Now I'd say to them, I'm not going to even say shut up, because then I'm playing their game. Cut it out. The damage that this is doing to the democracy, to the belief that democracy doesn't work, then actually get something done. In the end, inflation is more important than this trial. Immigration is more important.
You mean two things that Donald Trump was good at?
And if you love your country, as these people say that they do, they'll stop behaving this way. It really is that bad.
This dude, bro, shut the hell up. Seriously, people are going to feel how they feel because it has a serious impact on them in their personal life. You can't tell them not to feel strongly and act strongly, especially considering the level of injustice that's happening in this country. The Piers literally just mentioned all of this stuff with Hillary and Bill Clinton, okay, payoffs, grape allegations, and they do not care about that at all. People died with Benghazi with Hillary. They don't care about that at all. They think, no, Trump is worse. Doesn't make any sense, but that's how they feel.
Joe Biden's a huge liar. He lied about getting arrested with Nelson Mandela fighting apartheid. That is a giant, giant lie, let alone the fact that almost all of our politicians are liars.
Look, now Cenk is okay. He overlooks everything when it's Joe Biden. But when it's Donald Trump, then it's like this incredibly high standard for some reason. And Cenk thinks he lies about things that Trump doesn't lie about. Cenk makes up his lies about Trump lying.
So, brother, what do you want me to do? These guys come on and they say absurd things like, "Oh, it's okay to invade the Capitol. It's Trump has thick skin." He has the thinnest skin I've ever seen. He's a little child.
Who said it's okay to invade the Capitol? This guy is nuts.
Trump breaks law after law. He used to hire undocumented immigrants. He's cheated and lied throughout his entire life. So what do you want me to do? Not fight back and just go, "Oh, you're right. Everybody is bad. So Trump should be allowed to break all the laws"?
But everyone knows what George's background is. It's a fair comment to say that he was literally tossed out of Congress. But why do you respond in kind? Just because he's going to yell over you. And the gentleman with
this guy has a lot of nerve calling out Cenk Uygur is the king of yelling, be it by himself, yelling like solo dolo, or in a versus battle or debate over people all the time. So you got a lot of nerve to say George Santos is yelling over anybody.
Ty, I saw you making those faces and waving your hands and all that. Would you Would you want your kids to behave that way?
Well, first of all, I don't know who this pollster is, but I'm going to say something right now.
Well, he's one of the best pollsters in the world.
For you to call me an idiot. He loves his polls. They always work.
It's about to go down.
But for somebody that doesn't know me to call me an idiot, this is coming from a guy that dyed his hair and it doesn't even match his beard. So let's not start insulting each other. I'm a United States veteran.
You literally just proved his point.
I'm just going to make a point. I respect
don't all talk over
What is
each other.
happening?
You want to call me an idiot. You don't know me. You called me an idiot. So now, just like with Trump, you guys can talk all the shit you want to Trump, but Trump can't fight back because that's what you want. You want silence. We're not going to be silenced anymore. I'm a United States Air Force veteran. My parents are legal immigrants. We are sick and tired of staying on the sidelines and just being nice. Enough is enough with people like you. Just sit there and let the left get away with murder.
I mean, Cenk, this is my concern about this, is that it is absolutely inevitable that the Republicans are now going to try and do this to Democrats, to Democrat presidents, to whoever they can get their hands on for retribution.
And I agree with you, but don't defend a guy who's an obvious con man and an obvious criminal. That you picked a guy who's still running a 3-card Monte scam on you. It's so obvious. As a person who's a fellow populist, I'm trying to stop you from losing your money, losing your mind on the wrong guy.
The focus is, how do we afford housing and health care? How do we afford food and fuel? How do we get control of our border?
Cenk doesn't care about any of that stuff. He's Trump deranged. Wake up. This all he cares. That's all he's talked about the whole time is how bad of a guy Donald Trump is and how he knows he's guilty of everything. That's all Cenk talks about.
For Cenk and everybody that voted for Biden, with everything that you're complaining about Trump, would you rather have the policies and where we were 4 years ago or what is happening right now? They try to kill and destroy your reputation. Then they go after your money. They've done that. There's only one other option, Piers, and that's the biggest fear that I have. The only other option is to get rid of him. Like, Cenk, do you want to go back? Like, which one would you rather live in?
Well, I would ask Cenk a different...
Are you happy with where we are now?
We've had Trump facing nearly 100 criminal charges this year, and yet his poll numbers against Biden get stronger and stronger, and he's now ahead in many swing states, to the extent that the Democrats, separate to all this, have been panicking. The internal panic going on with the Democrats, that they just don't think they can beat Trump. And if I was a Democrat, I'd be pretty concerned that having seen the scene...
Oh, yeah, be afraid. Yeah, be afraid, because we coming for that ass in November. Before that, I'm early voting. And I strongly suggest everybody do that. But, we coming for you, okay? Like, the election's over, okay? You better get all your little foot soldiers on the ground, because you're going to need it.
Last night, having seen the strength of the reaction, the galvanization of Trump's support, and the extraordinary fundraising that was going on, I would be thinking that these poll numbers are probably going to get worse against Biden, not better because of this.
One is call Donald Trump a criminal, and the other is call Donald Trump a racist, sexist, and all sorts of mean names. I got it. In my opinion, he is those things. But is that a right way to win the election? No. Why don't you try doing something for the American people?
Because they don't want to do anything, man. Their strategy's not working, and you know what they're doing? They're not. Are they pivoting? Are they shifting? Are they hopping around a little bit? No. They're going to keep doing the same thing, like it or love it, until the election's over. If they lose next election, maybe they'll try something different. I doubt it, but maybe. But this election, oh no, they're going to keep on keeping on with the racist, sexist, whatever.
He's a con man, and everyone outside of MAGA knows it. Pick a different guy. And I say the same thing to the Democrats. Joe Biden is a feeble old man. He didn't do any of these things that he promised. Yeah, I know he passed some laws, but again, the donors benefited the most. Donald Trump, Vincent, he's not on your side. He says, "Oh, I'm for America," but he's only for himself. And then he says, "Let's rip up the..."
Bro, the economy was booming during Donald Trump. What are you talking about? Look how high the prices are. The border's open. Interest rates are high as hell. What are you smoking, Cenk? What do you mean he's not on my side? I don't want Donald Trump to do anything for me. I want to do something for America. And then that'll help me. What are you talking about? God, this nigga's stupid. I'm a freaking idiot.
The Constitution, and the Constitution shouldn't apply. I should be dictator. He says all these crazy things because Donald Trump only cares about one man, himself. But if all you do is that he say he's a bad guy, it's not enough to win this election. That's why they're losing. Democrats, please wake up and serve the American people so you could beat this monster.
Okay, let's just have a little bit of light relief.
Cenk literally just did exactly what the Democrats normally do, which is just badmouth Donald Trump. He just said, do something so you can beat this monster. He knows that the Democrats aren't doing anything, but because he feels like Donald Trump is a monster, he's like, please vote for Joe Biden. Like, this guy is a total idiot. I thought maybe at some point I could see myself agreeing with something that Cenk says, but no, this guy is just a nutcase.
But when I get it, Cenk, I respect the fact that you just hate the guy, but talk about the country, the state.
He can't do that because he doesn't give a damn about the country. Trump derangement wins is something that needs to be medically diagnosed, studied. Okay, like, because that's all he talks about. Literally, they've mentioned the status of the country over and over and over again, and Cenk hasn't even talked about that at all. He says, the Democrats need to do something to make sure Trump doesn't win. He's acknowledging that the Democrats aren't doing anything except weaponizing the justice system. So Cenk knows what's happening, but his Trump derangement wins.
And he campaigned, Alvin Bragg campaigned that he was going to get Trump. Yeah. And the people of New York elected him. They gave him a mandate to do it. If you believe in democratic theory, if you don't, I understand.
A Democrat city appointed a Democrat guy to take down Trump in a court that was probably dominated by Democrat thinking people.
The democratic theory
This dude is literally trying to say that it's okay that this happened because since the people elected Alvin Bragg because he said he was going to get Trump, and then he actually did it, it's okay because that's what the people wanted. Well, guess what? Maybe as a conservative, maybe we want to elect conservatives who want to go after Democrats now. So maybe a little tit for tat is what these guys need to get a little dose of their own medicine.
Hillary Clinton was a terrible candidate. Joe Biden is a terrible candidate. The Democratic candidate should be up 10 points on Donald Trump. If you're not up 10 points on Donald Trump, you suck at this.
But he's not even.
Dude, if you know that, then why the hell do you keep supporting Joe Biden? Make it make sense.
The FEC, the Federal Election Commission, decided not to move on this case with Trump. They did not see a campaign violation. The DOJ decided not to move in. The reason Donald Trump is up on Biden isn't because Trump is bad and Biden is good, is because Biden's leadership sucks. The national security is a concern. We have war all over the world. The problem that we're facing is that Americans now have buyer's remorse on saying, well, we can't do 4 more years of Trump, but we can all agree on one thing. We want this country to thrive. And this This country is not thriving today, Cenk, with President Biden. And that is why Donald Trump is up on it.
Imagine being a guy like Cenk Uygur. Cenk Uygur is a perfect representation of the left today. Knowing that Joe Biden hasn't done jack-ish, but still wanting to vote for him because he's afraid of the orange man. The boogeyman's going to get us. The monster, as Cenk called him, the con man. Right? He thinks everybody's being kind. We're being kind. If you want a great economy and a closed border, you're being kind. You're being tricked. That's what Cenk is saying. Like, a great economy and low interest rates, low prices at the gas pump is you being kind. That's what Cenk is saying. Closed border, not having illegals come in, Laken Riley's death. If Laken wanted to be alive, she's getting kind. This is what this dumb Cenk Uygur saying. This dude is nuts. He doesn't care that Joe Biden hasn't accomplished anything. He just doesn't like Donald Trump. And you got a true mental illness if you feel that strongly about the boogeyman, knowing that you can't afford your damn bills. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.